know that there's such a thing called 3D jobs? The 3D standing for degrading, dirty, and dangerous. Did you also know that there are over 115 million children employed around the world in these 3D jobs? Now that might seem like a really big number, and you might be thinking that there can't really be anything for you to do to help out those 115 million kids. But actually there are several organizations around the world that are working to help those impoverished children and get them out of those situations. One such organization is World Vision. World Vision is a Christian humanitarian organization that works to help impoverished children around the world through programs like child sponsorship. Today I'd like to talk to you about the history of World Vision, how they work to help children around the world, and a little bit about their child sponsorship program. World Vision was started in 1950 by Bob Pierce, who is now retired, when he noticed impoverished children in Korea after the Korean War. Many of the children in Korea were actually orphans due to the war, and he wanted to do something to improve their lives. So he began the child sponsorship program. And by the late 1950s, over 13,000 orphans had been sponsored in 5 different Asian countries. As the 20th century continued, World Vision realized that to stop poverty, they needed to focus more on the child's community and less on the the children themselves. And so they developed plans to work in each of the children's communities. Richard Stearns is now the president of the organization, and he continues the work of Bob Pierce. At the end of 2012, there were over 4.2 million children who were sponsored. There were 87 natural disaster and emergency responses that were aided by World Vision, and there were also 1,600 communities that had been helped. Obviously, World Vision has made a huge impact in our world, but how are they able to make such a large impact and meet all of their goals? World Vision developed a plan and a variety of programs. One program was the child sponsorship, and they did that by creating a 3-step program for the communities for each child. Phase 1 was where they went into the community and developed a plan on how to improve the community. They would measure the baseline of the community and see what needs were there and how they could help those needs. Phase 2 is when they met those needs by initiating programs such as food services and medical care. Phase 3, they went in and reanalyzed the baseline to make sure that they had reached their goals and the community was able to graduate. The foundation of World Vision is their child sponsorship program, and anyone can do a child sponsorship by signing up online or at one of World Vision's tables that they do at Christian events like concerts or Women of Faith concerts. Throughout history,